Trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, we're going to look at some of these markets. We'll look at the NASDAQ here. This was the big move down. If you remember, this is when this was the day on the 9th. When everybody in Washington changed their minds about tariffs, and you can see what happened. This was the largest up day we've had in many, many decades, maybe biggest, I'm not sure. And of course now, after that, we had the pullback, and that's the one that was very interesting. As I sent the newsletter on Friday, and I said we're looking for a really strong move down on Monday, and I said the only thing to reverse our bearish position is if we take that high out, and we did. The very next day, as you can see, we took that high out. That was exactly at a Gartley pattern. If you drew that in, you'd be able to see we were setting just spot on the 50% level here. The S&P went exactly to the 61% retracement, as did the Dow Jones. We'll take a look at those here right now, because I think we are going to be going higher, folks. I don't know if this was a 382 today. I just looked at this because we were watching the Dow Jones. And my gosh, look at that, folks. Look at your low of the day here. Right there, exactly at your 382. That's just truly amazing. If we take a look at this on the longer term picture, you'll see, and let's just do the daily so we can, well, this is good enough. There's the daily here. Now what we've done, folks, is we've taken out all the highs from back here. You see that? We've taken out all of those highs. Now there's your 382 that we had just yesterday. And then we had another one today. Right there at exactly 382. This market's telling you wanted to go higher, for God's sakes. I mean, that's exactly what it's trying to do. So how high is it going to go? I don't know, but I follow one little premise, and that's AB equals CD. And as you look at it here, that's AB equals CD. Could take you all the way up here, folks, to 5850 in the S&P. And if we look at this on the long-term picture, just squeeze it in a little bit, and we'll see what that number is. We go back to our high that we had way back here at 61 and change, and that will take you to the promised land at the 786. Right there is where it could be going. And if you look at it, just bang, 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 you could easily get there, okay? But we've taken out all of these highs. We've not done it in everything. If you take a look here at the Russell, we'll bring the Russell, you'll see that it is struggling to even try to make the 382 from even the previous days. You can see here, this is way up here where the Russell is. All right, now there was remember the 382 right here and then down. Now we're having a 382 of the whole thing from back here, and it's taking just about 2 weeks to make it. That's usually a bearish phenomenon, so that's another one that we're watching. We've covered the S&P, we've covered the NASDAQ, we've covered the Russell, and I think that covers all of those. So what we're going to do now is we're going to switch over here to the gold market. And here's what we were looking at today. We were trying to get a short off in the contract today. We were not able to do that. It didn't get to the 382. So, but we've done this. If we look at this on the hourly basis, you can see here that we've made 238. There's our high back here at 35 and change. Okay, 35.06. We made one right here. We made another one right here. 382 went a little bit higher. This one went $10 higher. This one went about $15 higher, but this is still heading lower. We have not taken out this low as of yet. We came very, very close today, within a heartbeat of just taking that low out, but we didn't. But if you look at this on a tiny bit longer time frame, going out 4 hours, it tells you that your profit, or where it's looking to be, is here at 31.43. Now here's the ABCD pattern to the upside. There it is right there. There's drive 1, drive 2, drive 3. I know it's hard to suggest that that's a 3 drive, but that's exactly what it is. There's drive 1, there's drive 2, there's drive 3, and then it has the move down. It goes to 0.44, it doesn't even hit 50%, and that tells us the profit objective on this is 31.45. Okay? That's really what we're trying to do as we look at these things. You can see the move down, see the difference, the time frame down here and the time frame down here. That's what gives you that last little run up if it'll draw correctly, and sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, but let's try it again. There's the point, there's your high, and there's your move right here. And when you have an explosive move to the upside, you know you have to make the CD leg 1.27, and if you put that in, 127, voila. Where does it take you to? 35.07. The high was 35.06. So anyway, that's what it's looking like here in the gold market. Now, this is going to be a correction in the bull market, and we might still go higher. That I can't say anything. All I'm saying is I'm just looking at this pattern the way it is right now, and that's what I'm looking at. That's all I know is AB equals CD. Now, let's take a look here at the crude oil contract, because we tried to do one here today, and we just missed that one. Okay, here's where we were last night. We were looking for, hold on one second, and oh, it's happening, son of a gun. Hold on, it's happening right now. This was the early morning. This was long before the market opened. There was the big rally up. That told us that we were probably looking at a bottom in crude oil somewhere down in this area right here, which it was. Okay, now we came on in here looking for a 382 retracement, but we didn't get one until too late in the day. We had already finished, and now you can see we are completing that pattern here. There's where we go from this level. There it is right there. We're right up in this zone right here. But look at these 3 highs up here over the last couple of days, folks. Highly suggestive, if we go to an hourly chart, that we might go up. And see that we were looking for to get to that level, but we didn't quite get there. Now you see we made a higher low here, okay, higher low, all right, and now you can see we're through that. So that tells us that we do have an ABCD here in crude oil, and it's going to be from there to there. It's going to take us right up to 63.75 would be my guess. And there it is right there. There's your 786. But it's coming in here. Look at the power in this. There's hardly any pullback all during this time frame. So that's it. If you looked at this on a really short-term time frame, you'll see that only one little pullback right here is all you had this morning, and that looks like it was right between 50 and 382, and there it was. There's 382, there's 50, and away it goes. And just measuring that tells you you're going to be going up to that level. That's only 50 pips away from where we are right now, but no other 382s in here at all. Well, this looks like it could be a small one. Hold on, I wasn't watching that. No, they didn't even make that one, so it's acting pretty bullish. Now remember, we have our good friend, Mr. Norm Winsky, is going to be in the house here in just a few minutes after I do my next segment, so stay with us, please.
This year has already been a wild ride for the market. We started off heavily in the red, traversed back to all-time highs, and we now have a trade war looming. Trying to play this chop as an individual trader leads to death by 1,000 cuts. Where does this market go next? Should I add to this position or cut my losses? Where is the next opportunity? Tariffs, trade wars, analysis paralysis. Don't become a victim of this intense market. Instead, join Larry Pesavento over the 2nd and 4th Friday of every month for 3 hours of live trading. Larry has been through many markets just like this one, and the insight he provides is invaluable. The dates for this month are April 11th and 25th, 9 a.m. to noon Eastern Time. Get in here and let's start trading. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Okay, folks, this is soybean oil. This was going to be our first trade of the day. We were trying to sell it here at 51.70. We didn't open higher. It was closed at 51.16, and then it opened lower, and you can see it's down 1.5 since that time. What we were watching after it made the high is we were watching for the first 382 retracement, and we missed it because we were doing something else, and I forgot to put the order in, but that was the strategy. We went to this low and then back up, and that would have got us short somewhere around here at 50.81, which would have been a nice $600 profit. The only other thing that was there was this minuscule ABCD here, which is had a little bit of a profit in it, but we didn't get that one filled. So we had 3 nice trades today, and it worked out pretty good for us. So actually 4. We had 1 break-even trade, and then three nice winners. Okay, now let's since we've only got a short time here with Norm coming up, it's going to be a very long newsletter today, folks, because of the fact that what happened here in the stock market this week. Let's get this up here, and no bones about it. This is where, hold on just a second here, so get this up here. We have made a one heck of a rally from this level right here. All right, looking at this on the daily, we're going to go and show you why. You remember hold on just a second, refresh this today. Okay, now you remember on the newsletter this week, I said we were going to be hard down early in the week. The only thing that would change that is if the market would reverse, and it reversed right at the perfect Gartley, right there. We'll just draw that in, and then I want to show you why it reversed. I saw it late, but at least I saw it. There's the ABCD. There was your 61. Well, it didn't draw it right, but it's exactly 61% was the low right here, and now we're heading higher up into this area right here. The key to me last week was I was following this aspect here. This was from October 5th of 1987. This was the same thing we were happening here on April the 20th. This one led to the crash. This one led to that monster rally. And this was a big low. We had a 618 on the Dow Jones. We had a 618 on the Russell. We had a what was it on the NASDAQ was about 0.67, and so that's it, and that's why it turned from that level. I didn't see it till too late, but all I said was if it goes above those highs on Monday, you don't want to be short, and of course being long was the thing to be. And not only that, but it was tipping itself off. I believe I saved it because I didn't. I thought I was showing you the thing where I can do it though. Hold on, I think I can. Where are we at here? There's where we are. We'll just get the S&P up here and switch over to a 4-hour chart, and you should be able to see it. There it is, right there. There's the 382 right there, folks. That was the 382 after that bing, bang, boom, and away it went. And after that, remember, this was the big day where they changed all the stuff with the tariffs. Then it pulls back here. You can see the 618 is right there. Let's just draw that in so you'll see that we were pretty much exactly at it. Cash made it. I think it's hit exactly within 10 points. I mean, that's right on the money. But there's your 382 right now, and there's your 382 today. That tells you you're going higher. And how much higher? Well, looks like it's going to go at least another, if we've covered 13 points already, I think we can cover another 5 without too much trouble. That's only at 58.60. That's only 300 points higher than where we are right now. So that's what I'd be looking at. But that's a 382, and that's a 382, and that's why it looks pretty bullish. All right? I hope that gives you some information. Now let's take a look at a couple of stocks that are in the news. One is Alphabet. I think that's known as Google. Let's get that up here. And here comes Google. We'll get this up. I heard it was very strong. Oh, it was very strong today. As you can see here, we've had, what we've done here is we've done something different. Holy moly, what is this called? This is called AB equals CD. And that should take us up to right about here. Now that's going to be, look, this has had a high way back here, folks, 210. So if we go from a high there to our low there, look at today's high, folks. Can you believe that? Can you make this up or not? Get out of here. There was the high today, 382 off the whole thing. Now that's hard to believe, isn't it? Well, it is for me anyway. All right, let's take a look at a couple others. There were people asking about NVIDIA. Don't usually do stocks, but they do the same thing that all the others do. It should be stronger. Let's see where we are. All right. So here's NVIDIA. Now, we had a move back. Well, it follows the numbers really nicely. Well, you can see there's your A, B, C, D leg right here. You can see that, I hope anyway. There's AB equals CD, okay? There's AB equals CD, and then the pullback. Go from your low to the high, and bada bing, bada boom. Stays there for 2 days at the 61% one. Now we're moving higher. We could easily, with this one, because it is the darling of the industry, you could easily make the bigger ABCD on this one without any trouble at all. Remember, the old high, folks, was 150. So 150 into that, if you do that with a 4-hour chart, it's going to be right at the 61% retracement would be my guess. Let's just draw it in. Hold on just a second here. There's our high back there at 150. Whoa, timeout. There's 150. Oh, no, wait, 150 is back here a little farther. Back here a little farther. I want to make sure I do it correctly, because there's the high right there. A, B, C, D. That'll get you up here to about, looks like it'll be about exactly 50% on that ABCD for NVIDIA. That's up another $16 or $17. Folks, these are rallies in a bear market, in my opinion. And, of course, the news out of the Rose Garden, that changes everything in a matter of seconds, so you have to be really careful. And that's why I've always said you've got to use stops in these markets, otherwise you're not being very safety-minded in your trades. It's not how much money you make, it's how much money you don't lose, and therein lies the problem. Now, we have one other to look at, and then we also have Norm Winsky coming up yet. He has some great things. Palantir, have several questions today about Palantir, because that has been the darling, and as you can see here, it backed off considerably from the high, and now we'll see where we are. Oh, gee, this has had a really nice run here since April the 7th. Looks like we are bouncing right up against the 786 on this already. So this has been, oh, there it is right there. It's within a couple of bucks. And the run up, oh, there's, well, if you want, there's your first retracement right here. There's your second one. That's probably, let's check this 382 status of some of these, okay? Okay, that misses the 382. This next one, you got to see it also misses it too. I can see that. It might make it off of this one. Let's see. Yeah, it hits it twice in 2 days off of this low right here. And look, we're almost there, folks. We're almost at the price objective is right up here at this level right here with NVIDIA. But, you know, this is a Friday and an up week. Nobody's going to sell that now, so it'll take some type of an announcement or a news item, and who knows what's going to happen. Just be careful out there, folks. Stay tuned, folks. We got Norm Winsky coming up.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, folks, we have Norm Winsky in the house today. Norm, how come we don't get to see you on video?
I'm sorry?
Why do we not see you on video?
Because I don't have my... hopefully you can see my notes. You know, I got my camera turned on. You don't need to see me.
That's okay, Norm. That was a little joke, buddy. Just go ahead and tell us what you got for today, my friend.
Okay, anyway, thanks for having me on, Larry. I was last on your show on April 10th. That was a Thursday, just ahead of a huge 5-point cluster over the weekend of the 11th. Okay, so here's the 6 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points I gave back on the 10th. That night of the 10th, AC is after the close. We had Saturn lining up with the U.S. Saturn. That has to do with the what we call the U.S. natal chart, based on where the planets were when the country was founded. USA was founded on July the 4th, 1776. Anytime we have something to the U.S. natal chart, we want to look at U.S. stocks, T-bonds, and the U.S. dollar. Then the night of the 10th, over the weekend of the 11th, we had the 5 points with all these markets indicated. We had a helio, that's from the point of view of the sun, Jupiter, lining up with Pluto for cocoa, copper, hogs, and T-bonds. We had a full moon in Libra, in the sign Libra. Anytime we have a full moon or new moon, we have financials, grains, precious metals, and oil. And then because it was in Libra, we're running a special on sugar and wheat, emphasizing sugar and wheat. And then also that over the weekend, we had Venus, which is the ruler of Libra. So we'll have a big kind of a pile up there on that with that theme. Venus in Pisces was turning direct. That's the opposite retrograde. Venus had been retrograde for several weeks, and that indicated cattle, copper, cotton, oil, sugar, and wheat. And then we had Jupiter to the U.S. chart, and again, that's stocks, T-bonds, U.S. dollar. And then we had the moon's north node lining up with Saturn, and that's coffee, oil, and silver. And if you want any help with any of these technical terms, they're not difficult once I explain them. Nothing I do is over a 5th grade level, so you're just not familiar with this terminology. You just have to learn a few new words. So let's look at the charts here now. We had 1 point for the corn. That would be the full moon. And look at that. We're hitting the sell. I look to sell if we're going up, 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 or buy if we're going down, down, down into our window. And here we were going up, up, up into the full moon, and we're looking. Here's the weekend right there. And so we look to do the trade on the opening of the following trading day. And look at that. You're selling the corn right on the high of the month. That's pretty good. And here's beans, not the high of the month, but still a pretty good short-term top there on the beans. Here's the wheat. I had 3 points for the wheat, with wheat also comes under, in addition to the full moon influence, full moon, new moon, it's also sub-ruled by Libra and Venus, and that gave us 3 points for the wheat. And you can see you had a nice top there on the wheat, just missed by a couple of pennies. The high there on that Friday, and you were selling right there, just a couple points off, and then you didn't have to risk very much. I think Larry would tell you that's the kind of trade we're looking for. You just risk a few pennies, and you could put your stop over that high there. So there we go. Here's sugar going sideways, so we do nothing. A yellow box is a pass. We had 2 points there for the sugar, and you can see it's going pretty much sideways. Coffee was a miss. That's a red arrow. Okay, green is good. Red is bad. Okay, that's a miss. Here's cocoa. We made a nice short-term top there on the cocoa. And as I'm sure Larry knows, cocoa is now in the category of a beast, in that you're moving here hundreds of points, and every whole number from like 8,000 to 7,000, I think that's about 10 grand, right, Larry? Well, if I remember right. And so there we go. Something like that. And so that's a lot of money there. That's about, looks like about $7,000 there in a few days. need deep pockets to trade the cocoa. Now, it used to be a nice manageable commodity, you know. The hogs, we going up, so that's a miss. And the same with the cattle. The meats were not friendly to the stars here the past couple of weeks. Cotton was going sideways, so we did nothing there. Copper, you can see there that it didn't work. You might have had probably a small loss there with our 2 points for copper. Same silver went flatlined us there, right there. It stopped going up, but then it went flatline, so that's 2 points over silver, and that was a miss. Gold was a little better. Had a chance to make a little bit of money. I think it was about $50 there in the gold, and that's I think $500, right? And then here's the crude oil. If you sold there, well, there are 3 points. Had a chance to make about $2 or $2,000. Best market of all, S&P 500. Look at that. We had the 10th, the night of the 10th. That was a pass. But we got up here to the morning of the 14th, after the weekend of the 11th. We had 5 points there, and this was huge, right? You might remember this top here. That was the top there. That whole week we were down, and that led to the big low on the 21st, which I'm going to talk about here in a few minutes. And that's a 5+ for the S&P. Bonds were kind of the mirror image. They had 4 points for the low there, and they rallied nicely. And the U.S. dollar, though, was not so friendly. We had 2 points there for the dollar, and that was 2 misses. So if you add up all the green arrows and all the red arrows, we had 20 winners, 9 misses out of 29 for 68.96%. Okay, I don't know how much time we got left till the commercial time, but I'm going to go off the record now. I didn't forecast this on your show, Larry, but it was in my letter. It's in my day trading where I list the exact times. And here's what happened here on Monday the 21st. I had listed that Mercury, this is a Mercury cycle, and so I looked it up. It's about 116-day cycle, and it was listed to be to hit at 2:50 p.m. on Eastern Time on the 21st. Here's your S&P E-mini, and we're 5 minutes early on the big turn there, Larry. The turn came at 2:55, and I had 2:50, so I don't know if you're going to have me back on it yet. Back on, I've been off by 5 minutes earlier.
5 minutes in the S&P, that's a lifetime.
What's that?
That's a lifetime in the S&P, 5 minutes.
There you go, whatever. So I think the difference, and this was the low of the day. The difference between that and that is about 2 handles. It's minimal, and this was like about 50.
Let's take a little break, or we got to pay a few bills, Norm, so stay with us, okay?
Off to the commercial end we go.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, folks, we're back with Norm Winsky, Astro Trends. Please continue, Norm.
Thank you, Larry. When we went out to commercial land, I was just wrapping up here showing this Mercury cycle, how I had this in my letter weeks in advance. You can look it up on Google. You can Google it, Mercury greatest elongation. And this one, it's east and west. It's like the cycle is kind of like a pendulum where Mercury from the point of Earth is swinging back and forth relative to the sun. And this is when it got to the one extreme. And that was at my tables. You get a hold of me, I'll put my tables on the screen and you can see that I had this time in advance. And it was within 5 minutes of that huge low there. And now we're up, I don't know, well, just in a day or so, we were up like 200-300 handles into
400.
Tuesday. And now we're up, I don't know, 400 or 500 maybe right now, you know. Mm-hmm. So anyway, that was huge there. And if you want to learn more about that, contact me. So here's what's coming up in the future, Larry. Let's get out the old crystal ball here now. Let's see. This weekend, we got 2 big events. We got Jupiter lined up with in the U.S. chart there, the U.S. sun for stocks, T-bonds, U.S. dollar. And we got a new moon in the sign of Taurus, the bull. And the lunar perigee. So it's a super new moon. And anytime we have a new moon, full moon, we'll look at financials, grains, precious metals, and oil. And we're running a special with the Taurus, the bull. We're going to be looking at cattle and cotton, okay? And what we're looking for is a market that's going up, or markets have been going down, and the longer the string, the better, because then it's getting overbought or oversold, and more likely that it's going to reverse on our window. And we'll be looking for, ideally, Monday morning. It doesn't have to be Monday morning, but that's the high probability window there, somewhere in the first hour or so on Monday. If market's been going up, 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 S&P has been going up, up, up. If it continues into the close, I'll be excited. We'll be looking for a sell on Monday. If it have a big reversal here and goes down, then we'll have to look for a low. But I would prefer, since we've been already going up, I prefer it continuing into the weekend. I think that's the higher probability trade there, you know. Then on the night of the 28th, that'll be Monday night, have Jupiter lining up with the U.S. chart, stocks, T-bonds, U.S. dollar. And we also have another one the next night for the U.S. chart, stocks, T-bonds, U.S. dollar. And then over the weekend of May 2nd, we'll have Pluto in the sign of Aquarius turning retrograde for cocoa, copper, hogs, and T-bonds. And let me remind you, stocks potentially respond to all these events, okay? So here we go. Here's me. If you don't know me, I've been doing this about 50 years now. As a professional, I started before that in college for trading for several years, and I made enough money to I ended up buying a membership in 1975 on the Chicago Board Options Exchange. I was a member and market maker down there on the floor, jumping up and down, yelling and screaming like all the you've seen in the movies, all those crazy people, you know, like and Larry did it too, you know. There we go.
Every day in the mirror I look. Go ahead. Continue, Norm, please.
Can you speak up, Larry? I'm having trouble hearing you.
I hear my speakers was gone. Here, hold it. We got a problem here at TFNN. I don't know exactly what's happened. I think we've lost. Bear with me, Norm, and I'll tell you something here. Okay, please continue, Norm. We're okay. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So anyway, I'm running a special. Okay, here's your Kmart special here, Larry. For the next first 5 people who contact me, I will send them the April letter. It's about 40 pages, and you'll learn some of my secrets or whatever you want to call it, how I do this. In the letter there, the first 5 people who contact me over the next few days, send them the April letter, and obviously the sooner you get a hold of me, the more benefit you'll have to see how these forecasts all come out. Okay, so there we go. I've been doing this 50 years. I've studied all these different methodologies. GAN, Elliott wave, obviously astrology, astrophysics. I have a background in music, Fibonacci. I can teach you advanced Fibonacci with the Lucas numbers and all these different things, you know. So here's how to get a hold of me now. We got good old Bill Gates there is kind of messing things up as far as I'm concerned by dumping Skype, and we're transitioning, we're in the process of transitioning to the Teams. I'll be doing that next week.
That's
but
a piece
I can
of cake,
still...
Norm. That's real easy
What's that?
to do. It's a piece of cake.
Oh, is it?
You can do it real easy. Even I can do it. That's how easy it is.
Wow.
Yeah, that's easy.
Okay, anyway, you can call me on the Teams, I guess. And here's my address, nwinsky@yahoo.com. Here's my phone in beautiful Naples, Florida, 239-594-3939. That's 239-594-3939. This address here is also my email, nwinsky@yahoo.com. That's NWINSKI@yahoo.com. And looking forward to everybody have a great week, and looking forward to helping some of the folks here, Larry.
Norm, thanks for joining us, my friend. We'll have you on again soon, okay?
Thank you very much. Everybody have a great week. Thank you, Larry.
You bet. Okay, folks, stay tuned here. We're going to bring up a couple more charts. We want to highlight a couple of these currencies that have been going on. So let's just take a quick look at these currencies for a second. We'll start out here with the euro, if I still have it in the group here. I don't, because we were not trading that today, but let's get it up here so that we can ready to stop. Hold on a second here. Get this up here. And there's where we are with the euro. You see it's just been going sideways with a downward bias. The reason for the downward bias, of course, was the long-term daily. We had that major ABCD up there, just absolutely spot on. If this is not drawn correctly, but it is correct. At the low, you can see it's right up there. Now we backed off, but we have not backed off very much, folks. See, we went from 115, we've been down to 112. If we break this down to an hourly chart, you can see it's still quite a bit from the highs, but you know it's a long ways from the lows. You can see that right there. In fact, if we were to look at this just to check it to see if there was any 382s in here, there was one right here that hit right on the money. That was right there. We'll just hit that one right on the money, and that's been holding it. And look how many times it's hit it. Oh my goodness, we've hit it 1, 2, 3 times. If we start going through here, then the trend has changed, would be my guess. And now you can see each one of these rallies is weaker than the last. That's your first sign that it might be changing a little bit. But going below this 382 here, 1, 2, 3 times. That's at 113 and change. We're up about 70 points or $800 from that level. So keep a close eye on that one. That's going to be a real interesting one to look at. The next one we want to, let's see how much time we got before the next little break we have. 48 seconds, enough to pull up the Japanese yen, I believe. And we'll just bring that up and take a quick look at it. And that's right there. They've been beating that up pretty good, but it's come back. There you go. It's come back. Oh, wow. I haven't looked at this in a couple of days. Boy, this has been a heck of a run. Wow. Wow. I didn't realize it come back that much. Here's where we are. Hey, we'll be right back. We'll talk about this when you get back, folks. Stay tuned.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, this is the Japanese yen going back over the last few weeks. We'll just draw these ABCDs in here so you can see them. This was the day when the government changed their tariff thing. You can see we went down to the level here. We made a 3 drive to a bottom here in the Japanese yen. You can see there's drive 1, drive 2, drive 3. It sets up quite nicely. We'll just draw it in so you can see it. There's your drive 1. And you come up, there's drive 2, and there's drive 3 right here. Let's just check for the symmetry, just to see if there's any symmetry here. from your low to high to low. Look at that, just right on where it should be, and then boom, away we've gone. And you can see where we are now, folks. We're setting right at, or very close to the 382 from the April highs. We'll draw that one in. Well, I've already put it in, but there's no there is a small ABCD here, right there. Yeah, I guess you got to count. Yeah, because it took a whole day to complete. Let's just add this to it because it took a whole day to complete that, and that'll take you to right up about here, so into that area right there. Remember, mathematics precedes geometry, so the number you want to look at here is 144.261. That's the main one. And finally, I wanted to show you the US dollar index, still getting beat up, but hanging on by what we call the proverbial thread. We'll get this up here on the weekly so you can see it. This will all be covered in the newsletter, of course, and that's what you're seeing. We've had some type of a minor reversal. That's that yen the euro thing that we looked at, but it's back above the 618 again, folks. That's the main thing, is that we broke down below the 618 and now we've snapped back above it. So that's why it's a very important spot to be looking at. So I live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless, and please do something for your neighbors, your friends, your relatives, anybody that needs help, because you're not in this business alone of life, and I think it'd be a good idea. We'll see you on the flip side on Monday, and may God bless.